let's recap though that high school these races he just ran in Queensland because like okay, speaking as the guy with the high school national rankings, I'm gonna tell you what I just watched because I was watching. I couldn't watch the race. I was looking at the results. I'm watching it live, like live feed populate on my computer because I'm tracking these races. I even stayed up till 1:30 in the morning to see what the final was like. But fortunately, so here's the thing: if you want to understand it in terms of high school recruiting, okay, let's first back up. Gout Gout to the 99. That's fair.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes
Quincy
sense.
Wilson is a 99. If you look across, guess what? Gout Gout, you're right there with him. You're a 99.
Yeah.
It's real hard to get one, but he is one. So if he's a 99, then well, the race he was just in, and he's the highest of 99s. Like he's
Yeah.
again, he's a Christian Miller 99. You for what you've done, he's officially a 99 now.
Yeah.
And
That makes
he's
sense.
never going to run in the NCAA. But the whole point is that's that. He was in a race where nobody else there was above a 65. On
Mm,
my rating scale, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure everybody there would have been a 60. Some of them wasn't even that.
that's crazy,
Some of these kids with 1 star performances.
which is wild.
So you had a race with all 2 stars and 1 stars. There was 1 stars in the final, not the prelims, the final.
That's what I mean, man. He's not
Because like
competing.
one
All
because
due
1 star
respect.
kids go to
Come on.
college. They just go to D3 normally. If you, I'll be honest, if you're a 1 star on my list doesn't populate 1 stars. No shade. It just we don't. And if you're a 1 star, like you could go to college, it's just not going to be D1. Ain't no D1 school in the country looking for a 1 star. Not even at the walk on. Not one.
Man.
Just being real. Like you could okay if you find one, like you could maybe find a school with like an open roster policy, but like you're never going to run at their conference championship if you keep running like a 1 star.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like they won't even put you on the bus. There's no point because schools have standards. Like even low level D1 schools, trust me, I went to one. They had standards. They'd be like, nah, these kids don't get on the bus. But these is who he raced with.
I mean,
So
that
it's just hard to explain like dropping a 5 star 99 point whatever in a race with only twos and ones.
is crazy.
And he really because normally you don't run like the five in a race like that.
Yeah, you wouldn't even put them there. Like, why are you
No,
signing
look,
them up for it?
even if he races it, you don't have to run 20.0.
Yeah, 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 that's
He could
true.
have
Yeah.
ran 20.99 and it would have been impressive by all other
Yeah.
estimates.
That would have been impressive. That's
By
crazy.
all estimates. In a normal high school, okay, let's say we in American high schools right now, and you are at a yeah, you're at a regular high school league championship, and a kid run 20.9. How you feel?
I'm probably celebrating. That's a good performance.
Like no, you said celebrate. I said league championship. I didn't say state because the performances we just watched that was state. That was league level. That was not state. I don't think there's a state in America that's that slow.
Okay, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Hawaii or something. No shade.
Okay, yeah,
Like
yeah, 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 yeah,
like
yeah.
like
Oh
like
yeah,
again, like you got to
out,
be like
yeah.
New Hampshire or something,
That's true. We
or
just
like Vermont. He
yeah, we
ran with
just
like
watched indoor
league
kids.
championship performances
Yeah.
in like New
We
York.
we literally just saw at like Nike Indoor Nationals like guys running 20.4, 20.5 indoors in the 200, not
Well,
outdoors.
20.4, 20.9. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean to the point like that's indoors,
yeah.
not even outdoors, right? And this is like their winter like Australia's in like their summer season. So this is like they're peaking in a sense, right? So yeah, to your point, it's like, if you're running 20.9, it's like yeah.
In a league championship, that's you don't need to run 20.9. You don't. In a normal league championship in America with a bunch of 2 star kids, because any league in America, there should be 2 star kids in those finals.
Mm,
That's why they're in. Normally, they'd be in the finals if there'll be some 1 stars who will make it in a final. In
we'll
an
make it, yeah.
in an average league, when I say league, I mean like an 8 team consortium of schools, more or less, somewhere in America. Like let's say we're in Iowa somewhere,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like your districts or however they break it up, league, district, regional, not the
Yeah,
regional
yeah.
maybe. For the most part, the 100 final, the 200 final is going to be 1 and 2 star kids. And the 2 star kids is going to feel good about themselves because they got a chance to win something. And if you're a 3 star, you should beat them. If you're a 4 star, you should run away. And if you're a 5 star, you ain't got to try,
That makes sense. That makes
like at
sense.
all. Like there's no trying now. There's no world in which a 5-star in a race with twos and threes is losing. They just go out there and be like I kid you not, I was a 2-star kid and I used to run 200s off of the people in the lanes around me. My strategy, somebody asked me what my strategy was. The strategy was on the turn, I make sure I'm with everyone. I look around and say, as long as I'm where y'all are, I'm fine.
I'm
And
good.
when I'm coming out the turn, I leave them. And I was a 2-star kid.
That's
So
crazy.
now
That's
imagine a
crazy.
4 and a 5,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
what it's
yeah.
like at a league meet. Because that was my strategy for the league.
That's crazy.
That was my strategy. Because I was in a league where everybody else was ones.
Yeah, it's like that's it. I get off the curve, and if I'm with y'all, it's over. Like,
So the Gout didn't just he didn't he said forget being with him.
yeah.
He said, I'm gonna just run a time trial.
Yeah.
So like and again, that's the youth. And I love the energy. I love the like I think he has what it takes to do is just going to be like that transition to like pro mindset. And Area Knight,
Yes.
if you were to talk to him, Area Knight would be like, yo, like there's how I seen it when I was pointing at that clock at trials back in 2021. There's how I thought then, and then there's how I seen it now.
Hmm.
After he just ran an indoor 200 where he got beat by like some guy from Sweden or something like that,
Yeah, in a different
however
heat. It
many
was
years
like,
later, where
yeah,
it's like and they say, well, what happened? Were you not trying? He's like, it's different.
it's different.
It's
It's
just not
different.
what I thought it was going to be back then to where we are
Exactly.
now.
That's like that's the thing. It's like how is it going to be over the next couple years, and what is it going to look like when you're coming off the curve and you're either next to or behind Kenny B, Noah Lyles, Ariane Knighton, let's see, like how do you respond? You don't have the option to say, okay, let me just keep pushing. Maybe you can, but now you have people around you who can walk away from you. Like you walk away. You're going to get to the world championships at the end of this year. And let's say you make it to the final. These guys are running 19.4, 19.5. You're running 19.9. Maybe he'll be faster at that point, but it's just like, it's a different world.
I
It's a
mean,
different world.
if we look for how he ran that last race, because people always want to say drop him in the race. You know what? Fine then, because they want to drop people in races. Drop him in. Throw him at the Olympic. Let's put him in the Olympic trials in the 200. How would that have gone? Christian Coleman runs away and you try to chase him down. You didn't catch him.
Nope.
Courtney Lindsay, he had you at the turn and you ran with him, but you didn't get him either.
Nope. I
Noah
mean,
and Kenny were gone.
that race is
Nail that
over.
in. Like you come out the turn and just be like, we not running for that no more.
And then Ariane.
And
Ariane,
and Arian Knight in it.
Ariane's also
He
gone.
would have beat you off the turn and stayed ahead.
Like that.
So I know we want to drop people in and like, oh, in the Olympics he would have did this, and I'm just saying, coming from our vantage point, from our part of the world, if we took his best race, all other things assumed that he's just going to give you at least that in that moment. Right now, the
Mhm.
best one he's given to life, like in his career to this point, that's what it looks like on that stage. It
Yep.
looks like what, fifth, maybe sixth.
Sixth place, maybe fifth, depending on how things go. Like you said, maybe Courtney, but it's like to your point, and you've said this multiple times in videos. At the end of the day, he's not a U20. Well, on paper, he's a U20 athlete, but he's a professional, right? He's not even thinking about anything else except I want to go to the world championships. You have to be able to compete with those guys. And this is what you got to do. You
Him
have to
and
be up
Fambale
there.
gonna be going at it to get like for a spot, for example. Fambale that when
Yeah.
Fambale start rolling,
and
you ain't
and
never seen a gallop
and
like that.
Bombole, he makes finals. Regardless of what times he runs, he knows how to make finals. Gout Gout doesn't have that experience yet. So,
I'm
like,
saying like I'm just imagining them in the semifinal heat, and I mean, hey, it could be neck and neck because Gal Gal his hundreds ain't like that.
yeah,
So if Fambale gets you out the turn,
it's over.
yeah,
It's over. At that point, it's over.
just let it ride. It'd be like I wouldn't even. I would just be like, hey, hopefully there's another qualifying spot behind him.
They have those represage rounds or something like because
The
no,
reference.
but I mean I mean, obviously, Gout Gout has a talent. He's going to get, I'm confident that he'll get to a point where he is going to be, we'll see him, Ariane Knighton, Taboho, like we'll see them competing in the future down the line. I mean, Taboho, he's in another level already, but it's
Yeah.
just, I think we need to be careful on like getting him super hype and like setting these expectations where it's like by the world championships in September this year, he's going to be a medalist. It's like, I think we need to slow down slightly.
People think it's kind to an athlete to sing their praises that way. I don't think that's kind. I think that's disrespectful and sets them up for a failure because that's how
Mm,
the world is set up. People like to build you up so they can knock you down. So when I say I'm a skeptic, I'm not a skeptic on his talent. I'm a skeptic on the narrative that he gonna
yeah.
go out there and he gonna be a world beater at 17 years old. I'm skeptical about that. I'm
Yeah.
not cynical. I'm not cynical. However, they're the reason why people before you didn't do it.
Yeah.
They're the reason.
My name is Anderson from the Final Leg.
And I'm Coach Rob from SCA Track and Field. And thank you for watching this segment from the finish line.
If you want to know what's really going on at the high school and college level, be sure to subscribe to Coach Rob Track and Field.
And if you want more content on the best track and field athletes in the world, be sure to subscribe to the Final Leg.